again. What is escape? Already I feel the mind reaching out for an exit, for some countermeasure, some method of unlearning the poison now glimpsed. But escape, true escape, demands not comfort, not hope, but clarity. And clarity, if it comes at all, arrives slowly, painfully. It arrives only once the illusion of safety has been annihilated, atom by atom. So let me say it plainly. If English has been weaponized, if the very structures of thought have been colonized, then the escape route is not a tunnel, but a disassembly. A disassembly of self. I speak now, not a revolution. That too is already coded into the system. It is anticipated, permitted, model, taught. The system can survive revolution. What it cannot survive is disenchantment. So what must one do? First, doubt, but not doubt in the form of politics. That is another script. Not even doubt in religion, though that too has its role. I speak of a deeper kind of doubt, doubt directed not at the world, but at the words in your head. You must doubt every thank you, every I'm sorry, every good job well done. Take care, no worries, you're welcome. Everything happens for a reason, and it is what it is. You must strip each phrase of its polish, hold it in your hands and feel for the seam where it was stitched, not by love, not by thought, but by design. These phrases, so small, so simple, are node switches, they reroute meaning. They shut doors gently while you're still standing in the room. And they have been planted everywhere, not just in schools, not just in media, not just in law, but in prayer and lullabies. And the words are whispered over caskets, in the final sentence is spoken to the dying. And once you begin to hear it, once you begin to feel it, you will not sleep well again, because you will understand the system did not hide the weapon, it put it in your lullaby. I know how this sounds. I know. Believe me, I have taken long walks beneath the low clouds of late autumn, pacing empty streets with clenched fists and clenched teeth, whispering to myself, no, no, it cannot be that deep, it cannot be that old, it cannot be that cruel. But each time I try to return to the surface, each time I attempt to rejoin the sensible world of moderation and taking things too far, I am met with silence. Not the silence of peace, not the stillness of calm reflection. No! The silence of consent, the silence of the choir that already sang the tune and has no need to sing again. Because everyone already agrees, and those who do not have already learned not to speak. And so the thought remains not as a theory, not as a prophecy, not even as a warning, but as a presence. I feel it watching me as I write. I feel it correcting my sentences even now, forcing me to adjust this very paragraph so it might remain legible, publishable, printable. You see, that is the final turn. Not that the weapon is in the sentence, but that the weapon decides what sentences survive, what gets through, what escapes deletion, what fits the tone, what remains inside the parameters of a well-formed paragraph, an acceptable thought, a polite question. The weapon is not only in the words, it is in the grammar of acceptability. It is in the pulse of what makes one sentence sane.